Grand Rising to the collective. Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop an upload. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos a week, man. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, man. Hey, look. Saturday night, I'll keep it all the way real with y'all. I was driving. If y'all from Sac, man, I was over there by Sun City, Roseville. If y'all know where that's at. If y'all know, it's the waterfalls to your right. It's like the wooded little hiking trail to your left. All around is kind of woods. You go through the golf course to the right. Bro, turning left, a scream from the woods though. Coming from the woods, screaming like a skinwalker. That's the first time, I ain't gonna lie. The fear, hey, it shook me, bro. It shook me. I ain't get to see nothing. I just heard it, and the sound of it freaked me out. But it could have been a skinwalker. I don't know. Shook me up. I just had to let y'all know. Hey, I ain't playing around in the woods, bro. But we gonna get right into the video, man. Let's go.
Y'all want me to tell y'all something about these earthquakes that happened in New York and New Jersey and also parts of Connecticut and Pennsylvania? Pay attention to them numbers and pay attention to that water, like I've been telling y'all. Y'all don't think it's crazy that the category of this fucking earthquake was a 4.8 and the total solar eclipse happens on Monday, 4/8? Just being real with you, everything that they're showing us is a little too clear. And like I've stated in some of my past videos, a lot of y'all's spirituality is about to be tested right now. It's about to be so many things that y'all not even gonna be able to fucking see if you are not already awakened within that part of your spirit. Everything that they are showing us is a distraction. Think about it like this. All the stuff that was transpiring before the pandemic happened, we did not necessarily know about, but we had signs of. But next thing you know, in 2020, it happened. No one ever expected anything like to happen in this world. But all of that is to say this: just because they are revealing things to us one by one does not mean that they're not going to do something behind our backs or surprise us with some other bullshit. They might be telling us shit, but they will never tell us everything.
Sometimes you just can't sugarcoat it. And some people, they just don't want to hear the truth. But the truth is, if you live in a major city, especially if you live in New York, Chicago, LA, San Diego, get out. Get out now while you have the chance. When these cities are hit with what's coming, you're not going to have a chance to leave. You know, I talked to many people all over the country, made some very good friends here on TikTok, and we get into some very deep conversations that we can't have on this platform. But as we have put our collective minds together, we have painted a very clear picture of what's to come. There isn't much time left, and I understand there's certain people that have no choice, that you're unable to get out of the place where you're at right now if you're living in a major city. But if you're able to, and you're just not, well, we'll all have to live with our own decisions. But as I was talking to a few people this morning, I pressed it upon them that if you are going to stay, and like I say, stay in one of these major cities like, you know, say Nashville or Miami, you know, one of these cities that are not the major cities. When I say major cities, I'm talking New York, Chicago, LA, Dallas, Houston. Those that live in smaller big cities, you might get out. Those cities that are like isolated cities that are on the edge of rural areas. When you leave the city, you go out into the rural area as soon as you leave the city. You may have a chance. But for those people that live in clustered areas like the Eastern Seaboard or Southern California or the Michigan area, Ohio, Great Lakes area, areas where when you leave one city, you just hit another and another and another. You're not safe. It's more than likely that you will not get out. That being said, you should still prepare, of course, and have a game plan. A real game plan. Understand that more than likely the first thing that's going to go is communications. I've gotten from very reliable sources very recently that, let's just say, people that came from our southern side of our country are most definitely waiting for a call to action. And understand that the people that gave me this information are very close friends, and they are friends that would know these things. It's sad because many of our law enforcement, they're good people. Many of our federal agents, they're good people. However, unfortunately for them, they work for a very wicked system. But understand that they even know what they're up against and what they're dealing with. And I have faith that some of them, if not most of them, when the time comes, they'll do the right thing. But trust and believe that those are not at the top. The ones at the very top have been very, very clearly vetted for their positions. Things are going to get wild, people. Understand that. If you're living in the New York area, if you haven't gotten the memo yet, if you haven't realized that you need to get out now, I do not know what else to say to you. Even if something was to happen and you had a game plan to get out of there, you more than likely won't make it. There's too many cities from New York to anywhere. You're just going to run into more traffic jams, more people trying to leave, you're not going to make it to your destination. If you're able to, get out now. And that's just what's going on here in the United States. Understand that the global situation is getting very grim. Blinken just announced that Ukraine will become a NATO nation. And I keep hearing people say, oh, well, they said that they can't join NATO as long as we're at war. God. Oh my God. You have a lot to learn. When have these people ever stuck to any kind of rules? If you haven't realized that we are living in a lawless world, lawless country, you just are completely asleep. And that's okay. It's not made for everybody. This will be survival of the fittest. Natural selection will take place. It's a sad reality, but it's just true. It's the way of a world. It's the way things are. But right now, Russia has entered into the Red Sea. They have tanks on the Israeli border guarding Syria. There's also reports that they're even in Cuba. Meanwhile, Taiwan just got hit with a 7.5 earthquake. Interesting. Interesting how Taiwan is a place that the CCP has their eyes on and has had their eyes on for a very long time. Are they testing something? What better way as a pretext to invade a country than a huge earthquake. It won't be the last. And now we have New York. New Jersey, New York area. We're getting all the signs we need. If you're not listening at this point, you're lost. And there's really nothing else to say to you. But for those that understand what's going on, I plead with you, get out now. Even if you spend your last dollar doing it, get out.
So, about a week and a half ago, Sat got hit with an earthquake. But it wasn't crazy. It wasn't bad or nothing. I only knew because when I was driving by, saw the firefighters. Normally you don't see firefighters around, and you could see the gravel and came up or something. Something was off, and it was just something we didn't really see before. And I was like, I think we had an earthquake. That looked like an earthquake, and I didn't feel it. And my sister called me, and she was like, "Did you feel that?" And I was like, "Nah, did you?" She was like, "I didn't feel it either, but I see on, I think it was Facebook or something, it was an earthquake that had went off, and hella people was saying how it went off." That's I think the same day or day before, maybe even the day after the one that happened in New York. And so, hey, and it was crazy. I just put a video out that day, or maybe a few days after, and it was already done. I just had it scheduled to be released a week or something after that, the earthquake hit New Jersey and New York. And the video was showing how multiple different, it was a map of the 2024 earthquakes, and it was hitting off in different areas since 2024 started or something like that. But yeah, I think I just put that video out about a week ago now. But yeah, I just find it kind of weird the earthquake's starting to hit. And I also got a little theory. I want to know how y'all feel about this. You know, he say they just waiting on a call, right? Well, look, I remember it was Trayvon Martin. It was Trayvon Martin's little rally before everything, the riot went off. I think it was a riot that ended up happening. It was something like that. A riot or something had jumped off. They showed how it wasn't somebody from. So you had the police officers, they riot gear. You had protesters. It wasn't the protesters that started it. They showed how it was actually the police department who pretended to be rioters, and they was in the back. You could tell they had zoomed in, showed their shoes and everything, right? They threw a rock, which gave the police department the indication, start attacking, start arresting, start doing too much. But really, it wasn't even the protesters that started it. But the protesters were protesting, police department on the other side, and way behind everybody else, you had the police department that was disguised as a protester and start throwing stuff. And that's how it jumped off. So what if they doing that with the people coming up that's waiting for that call? What if it ain't? They call it immigrants. What if it's not immigrants? What if it's just military individuals that they may look like immigrants? I'm just asking questions here. Regardless, if it pop off, it pop off. But I'm just asking, what if the whole time it wasn't an immigrant? What if it wasn't an individual from another area, another city, another state, another country? What if it wasn't that? What if it was our government doing that to us? What if it was the military doing it to us? These is what ifs for entertainment purposes. I'm asking for entertainment purposes, man. It's just a what if question. What if that was the case? They did it with the riots. Why wouldn't they?
You start seeing demon faces, I'm gonna need you to keep the best poker face that you could ever keep. Because if they find out that you can see them, they're gonna institutionalize you.
Shit.
I need your guys' opinion on whether you think what I'm about to share with you is just a crazy, crazy coincidence, or there's something much bigger going on. So me and my wife were flying to Colombia. She was traveling from Canada. I was traveling from West Texas. We were both going to meet in Houston, Texas. But upon arriving, my wife's luggage had been lost by Air Canada. So while figuring out what we're gonna do, we decided to go to a restaurant to sit down and sort of come up with a game plan. The restaurant was too packed, there was no seating. So we went to, as our second option, a Subway, which is down the road from it, inside the airport. While sitting down, we hear a loud commotion going on beside us. And about 100 feet away, there's a lady dressed in all black, long, dark dreads. She had very weird jewelry all hanging off her body. She was being arrested. And while she was being arrested, she was screaming at the top of her lungs. She was from Black Wall Street. They didn't know who she was, so on and so forth. While we were watching this, my wife says, wow, actually, I was just in the elevator with this girl, me and her alone. And one thing she had noticed was how bad her smell was. It almost smelled like death. So while we thought her getting arrested at the airport was a little weird, nothing out of the ordinary. It is Houston after all. So after finishing up at Subway, she had been arrested, taken away by the police. Me and my wife decided to go sit down at a baggage claim while we call Air Canada. And who walks in the exit door beside us is the two police officers and this girl, this female, dressed in all black, the same one that was being arrested. So I thought, wow, that's a little weird that she was being released. And she had this very weird look on her eyes. Her eyes were barely open. Her glasses were sort of tilted. Just a very mysterious looking human. So after coming up with a game plan and figuring out that we had to come back to the airport the next day to retrieve our lost luggage, we decided to go find out where the Ubers are. But by mistake, we end up in the taxi section. So if we had just gone to the right Uber station in the first place, this never would have happened. But we went to the taxi area first. And while we were standing there out there waiting, guess who walks up beside us? Is this girl in all black, the exact same female with the black dreads, the black jewelry all over her body, very weird, stands right beside us and doesn't say a word. So I thought, okay, this is getting a little weird. We've seen this female so many times in such a short amount of time, but nonetheless, we're all in the airport, it can happen. We then realized we need to book a hotel. So after looking through hundreds of hotels, I picked one that I feel would be the best for me and my wife, and we decided to take an Uber there and check in. After arriving at the hotel, there was already somebody being helped at check-in, so we were first in line. We ended up waiting in this line for 45 minutes. On minute number 44, so if we had just checked in at a regular time and didn't have to have this huge wait, we would have never seen her again. But at minute 44, guess who walks in the front of this hotel? The same female in the same hotel, dressed in all black, does not make eye contact with us, chains, jewelry, the same fucking girl. At this point, I'm starting to get just a little bit freaked out. Every time she's around, I have this weird, eerie feeling. And my wife was right. The stench was like something that I've never smelled before. It was like death. It was. The time is now about 11:30 p.m. at night. Me and my wife decide we are hungry. We are about to eat in the hotel when we say, you know what, let's go to this other restaurant that's a little bit down the road. It was about a half a mile walk. So, nothing crazy, but nonetheless, we decided to not eat at our hotel and walk down the road and eat at this other restaurant. After realizing how long the walk really was when we were finishing up at this restaurant, we decided to take an Uber. But the Uber driver fails to connect. We wait 10, 15, 20 minutes. The Uber never comes. It never connects us to a driver. So we say, okay, you know what? Screw this. We're going to walk. While walking, we decide to stop at a convenience store at 12:30 in the morning. Walk into this convenience store, and who is standing there looking at buying sunglasses at 12:30 in the fucking morning? The same female, the same one we've seen so many times in such a short amount of time. I can understand at the airport, can understand maybe even at the hotel. Regardless, there's hundreds of hotels, so I even thought that was a little bit crazy. But to see her at this random gas station at 12:30 in the morning, I was freaked right out. At this point, I start looking at my wife, and I'm calling this woman the angel of death. I said, honey, something is much bigger is going on. I don't like this feeling. She looks like death. If I were to think of the person death, she would be the human form of this person. My wife nonetheless says, you need to calm down. Let's go to bed. Let's just wake up and forget that we've seen this woman so many times. Let's get our bags in the morning from the airport and let's make our way to Colombia. We were supposed to head to the airport at 4 p.m. that following day to pick up our bags. We decided to go early. We arrive at 3 p.m. instead. While sitting down at 3 p.m. in this airport, waiting for the luggage, Who walks in the random door, this front door of this airport at this exact same time? The same female that we've seen so many times. Now, my wife doesn't get shook too often. It takes her a lot to get a little bit rattled, but at this point in time, now she's starting to understand where I was coming from yesterday. This has gone too far. This is too weird. There's too many things to align for this to have happened so many times in a city as big as Houston. Fast forward to my anniversary day in Colombia, I suffer a heart attack. A mild heart attack nonetheless. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful to still be here. I'm very fatigued. I feel very shitty. But nonetheless, I'm blessed to still be here. But what do you guys think? Do you think that I was in the presence of the angel of death? Or do you think all these times I bumped into her, somebody so out of this world looking, do you guys think it was a coincidence, or do you think it was something much bigger than that? Let me know in the comments. Appreciate you guys watching.
If y'all agree with me, spam it up in the comments. But to me, there's no such thing as coincidences. In my opinion. Hey, let me know if you disagree. Tell me why you disagree. And tell me why you agree if you do agree. I think there's no such thing as coincidences. That's kind of... If he had a feeling, like we always say in the comments, I see y'all say, even in these videos, they'll say, man, trust your gut. Trust your intuition, bro. It ain't gonna lie to you. Trust that. And I feel like, yeah, his intuition was telling him, like, yo, something ain't... Maybe something ain't right. He said he was nervous, he was shook. But she might have been there to warn him or something. I don't know. Who knows, man? That's one for the ages. Dope, interesting story. How y'all feel about that story, man? He was going, I didn't know where he was going with it. I didn't know where he was going with it.
Just a few crows.
This is fucking spooky. Have you heard of the Kobe Bryant conspiracy theory? Okay, you're gonna add all four of these numbers and then tell me what you get. If you did the math right, you would have gotten 8,024. Kobe's jersey numbers were 8 and 24. And if you take these numbers and add each number individually, you're gonna come up with the number 41. Kobe Bryant was 41 years old. I died on January 26. Now, if you add those numbers individually, you get the number 9. And there were 9 people that died in the helicopter crash. Now, this last part had me spooked. So the helicopter departed at 9:06 in the morning. And at 9:47, they reported the crash. If you take 9:47 minus 9:06, you get 41. The helicopter crashed within 41 minutes of departing. Kobe Bryant was 41 years old at the time of death. Was there a conspiracy behind Kobe Bryant's death? Was it a ritual from the Illuminati? There's all these crazy theories out there. All this math and numerology is giving me a fucking headache. Click the plus sign and let me know what you think.
I mean, that shit is kind of weird, though.
I said it once, and I'll say it again. Beyonce has a clone. Or let's not call it a clone, but she has an artificial fucking robot that looks just like her, artificial intelligence, that was at the Grammys. She was actually at the Super Bowl, the real her. And that automated AI, artificial intelligent version of her was at the damn Grammys. This is why so many celebrities were lining up to get a picture with her. Now, don't get me wrong, like, I'm sure Beyonce has people wanting to take pictures with her wherever she goes when she pops out. But the whole fact that there was a line of celebrities, literally, like, they're not all famous too, trying to line up and take a picture with her wasn't mysterious enough. And I have a video showing the mannerisms of this robot that was at the damn Grammys. Y'all have to understand that we don't know how advanced we truly are. They tell us what they want us to know, but the people who are in the secret society and the people who, you know, have the money and the means to actually have access to this, you know, technology and this advanced civilization that we have created for ourselves, they know what's going on. Like, these celebrities, they knew that was a damn robot. They're not going to tell us that. We're the masses. When they put it on national television, they're not going to tell us that. But they all knew what was up. They all know what's up. They all know how advanced that we truly are and what times that we're truly in. We're living in 2024. Y'all really think that they haven't invented robots that can walk and talk and, you know, move like us when we already have access as the masses. We have access to devices that can unlock using our face. We don't even have to put our fingerprints. So even when we did that, y'all got to think about how advanced we know that we are. So think about all the stuff that we don't know. You know, this is where all these tax dollars are going. This is why they need us to continue to, you know, work for their ass and slave for their ass. This is why, so that they can continue to advance in technology and do things that we don't have any knowledge of. You know, this is what keeps them 10, 100 steps ahead of us, years ahead of us. And then they let us know things as they see fit, you know. But yeah, that is already something that got exposed to those who have spiritual eyes. You know what I'm saying? That she has multiple clones, robots, whatever. If we seen the Super Bowl commercial, that was a big, you know, indicator of that. It's like they put it in our faces and they already know. Beyonce eye, what is that? Like, come on, like, it's a project, and I'm sure Jay-Z had his hands all in that. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z is a businessman first, and you can tell that he's more so focused on money than he is about anything else. He puts it in his songs all the time. He has a line in one of the bars in his song on the 444 album, which is not a coincidence that he has an album titled 444. This man is very in tune with astrology, very in tune with the universe, very in tune with, you know, the truth. And he uses it to his own advantage for himself, his family's sake, and that's just what it is. You're a self-righteous person. You're keeping sacred knowledge to yourself in order to keep the gain and the position of fame and stature and money and all of these things. And he's not the only one. He's definitely not the only one. There's plenty of gatekeepers, is what they like to call them in the industry, that do stuff like this. You know, and the more shysty that you are and the more willing to, you know, X people out the position so that you can get up there, that's just what it is. And these other famous people feel, you know, threatened by them because they know the sick and twisted and evil things that they will do in order to maintain their reputation of power and maintain their position. So that's why these other celebrities kind of be looking spooked, you know. There's a lot of videos we've seen of Diddy where he was like pressing, you know, somebody in the room, and the other people would, you know, cower down, and nobody's speaking up and nobody's challenging this man. Why is that? You know, why does nobody challenge Jay-Z? And, you know, why do we never see videos of that? Why do we never see anybody challenging, you know, Puff Daddy? Why do we never see that, you know? So it's a lot that goes on in that, you know, world that we just don't know of, you know. And this is why things are the way that they are. But things are slowly but surely reverting to the way that it should be, the righteous way. Y'all got to understand the times that we are in. But yeah, definitely stay tuned for all of this stuff to come out, because I know we're going to continuously see things being put out there, definitely about Jay-Z and Beyonce, because they are, you know, really in tune with this whole, you know, spiritual shit. There's a lot of conspiracies that surround their whole family, with even their children, you know, and I don't like to talk about people's children. Karma is a real thing. You know, this is kind of touchy right here because it's kind of gossipy anyways. It's hearsay, a lot of it, because clearly I'm not in their lives to know what's true and what's not. But, you know, they say that there's a lot of stuff going on that we don't know about. So yeah, stay tuned, y'all. All I'm saying is keep your eyes open, not just these eyes, but the ones in your head too, okay? It's time to be looking at things from a different perspective, for sure.
Preach. Shout out to her.
This is probably the craziest shit I've seen on Google Earth, TikTok. I ain't find this, so don't come for me. So if you go just north of Los Angeles, California, I don't know what the hell this thing is, but if you zoom in, it looks like a portal to another dimension. If you zoom in even closer, man, it looks like there's a portal right in the front entrance of it. But what makes it even crazier, man, look at this. You zoom over here, bro, it's fucking all tanks in the area. Like, what y'all need all these tanks for, yo? Tell me it's not trying to hide something. Why you got all these military tanks guarding something like this? Here's what I need y'all to do, man. Anybody that live in Los Angeles or even Ridgecrest, California, that's what it's closest to. I mean, go check this out, man. Us TikTokers need to know what the hell going on. Look, Ridgecrest right here. It's probably one of a few.
Yeah, see? And that's crazy to me. I've never heard of this place before, and I'm from Cali. I never heard of this place. And we just saw they had symbols on the rocks, right? Like creatures on the rocks. And then we see the tanks. And then we see the portal. Come on, bro. Now, if y'all know anything about this place or anything y'all have heard or looked into, man, spam it up in the comments. Like I said, I just really realized, I heard about this last week. I couldn't wait to get to this video. I was like, bro, I need to, yeah, I didn't even see the whole thing. I just saw tanks, portal, and then the one before that, I saw where it was at. I'm like, bro, what are y'all hiding, bro? Let us win.
And Sirens came from this island. I swear to God, I have it on video. I'm gonna play it shortly. Did you catch that, guys? Okay. For real though, my cast is gonna be gone. And she's nothing on your hook. I have a worm. Guys, do you hear this?
Their reaction told me that was real.
This happened last night in New York. Let me give you the scoop because it's all connected to the eclipse. The Statue of Liberty. Look at that lightning directly into her torch. This is an omen, guys. In case somebody thought that it was something photoshopped. No, this really happened. And right after this, there was an earthquake. You can't make this stuff up. I mean, did you hear my theory about how the Statue of Liberty in reality is actually Hecate? The goddess of witchcraft. Have you ever heard that when a total solar eclipse is about to happen, you're going to have supernatural phenomena? Hecate getting the lightning of wisdom, the illumination. She's illuminated. And this is a sign. You all just pissed off Hecate, apparently. That is summoning some major power. So what I've learned is that when a solar eclipse or a total solar eclipse that's about to happen, it does bring these weather phenomenon, heavy storms, and especially earthquakes. Now, there was a slight shake around New York City, New Jersey, and all the way down to a couple hours away from where I am in upstate New York. So when people are saying that the omens and prophecies about the total solar eclipse are not real, then why does this happen and it's exactly what it says in the prophecies and the omens? Riddle me that.
The sworn we just saw a video previously about Statue of Liberty. That whole rundown. And then we just see the whole lightning come down and strike. And again, how y'all feel? I wanted to ask y'all, how y'all feel about the omen? Y'all think she reaching? Or you think she on something? it is kind of weird, but I didn't know that when a total eclipse happens, that it has the ability to mess with the weather. I didn't know that. And somebody could be in the comments right now talking about, hey bro, how you ain't know that? I been knew that. That's old. So what? It is what it is. What you saying don't hold no weight to me. I'm still turned up at the fact that I should have known that, but I didn't. Now I learned it today. And that's something interesting, and I'm glad I picked up on. Now, if y'all knew, y'all tell me if y'all knew, if y'all didn't. Well, let me know what y'all feel about that. But 4.8 earthquake, bro. It didn't look that bad, but I ain't never been in a 4.8 earthquake before, so I don't know how that. I could, I could be speaking. I'm speaking on something I have no experience in. So I apologize to the ones who have. Prayers to y'all, man. I hope y'all was good. I hope y'all don't have to deal with that no more. But something is going on. There's no reason why. 2024 is wild, bro. I think 2024 is up there with 2020 minus the lockdowns. Minus the lockdowns and all that extra stuff. Right? 2024 got more stuff going on. I feel like. Tell me if y'all agree.
It's a UFO over there. The Nellis Air Force Base is following it. It's right there. You see it? They're following.
Finally telling us that they control the weather. Pay attention.
It's gonna rain in Dubai today, just so I know. I have to drive back from Abu Dhabi to Dubai. No. It's not raining. It's a sunny day. The UAE government invested more than $20 million in research to start a process called cloud seeding. The UAE performs around 1,000 hours of cloud seeding a year, and it's all controlled by this building in the National Center of Meteorology in Abu Dhabi, where they track the whole process. We met with a cloud seeding expert to explain how the seeding process works.
We wait the forecast when we have a good, chance for a cloud. We send the aircraft to that location. Go under the cloud. In the first stage of the cloud, there is good updraft at that time. Start to release all the salt, and with the good updraft, of course, it will go inside the cloud. The droplets will become bigger and start to rain.
The center manufactures a salt substance that helps enhance rainfall. They put them in what they call flares. Is it going to rain in Dubai today?
They already told us that they be making the clouds and they be enhancing the rain. Think about this. Y'all thinking about this shit? Wake up!
The shit that's crazy is I just said this shit, man. So last Thursday and Friday it rained, right? It was sunny Thursday during the day. All of a sudden, I checked the weather. It said Friday, so in my head I'm thinking, watch them watch it look like they chemtrailing, right? And as they look like they chemtrailing, those damn clouds is gonna form. They're gonna look fake as hell. And watch, Thursday is gonna start raining during the later in the day. Friday is gonna rain just like it says in the weather. On my phone, that literally happened. I watched them. I was out during the day. I watched them fly their planes, and I said they letting. And I've thought about this numerous times, but this is the first time I just sat there and just really watched it. And then later in the day, I seen the clouds form. It rained bad, and then Friday, it kind of drizzled and rained. And then I'm watching this. We already saw them making the clouds from a warehouse. It's just crazy. That's the first time I saw it and I actually seen a video where they connected the dots as far as them making clouds with that. We heard about them putting things in the water when it rained, just stuff like that. You get what I mean? But that's the first time I heard it from, heard it. I already knew it, just common sense and paying attention. But now I actually heard it, that's how that gets going. And if they doing it in Dubai, come on, man. What y'all think they doing here? They for sure doing it here.
Next up, we got one of my favorite plastic water bottle options on Oasis, Eternal Water. At a pH of 8, the water is naturally alkaline, helping neutralize the harmful acids in your body, and has been shown to be anti-aging. The water is naturally filtered and still has a pretty low contaminant level, only having some barium nitrates and sulfates, which in my opinion is an okay trade-off given the water is naturally filtered. They get their water from 2 natural springs, one in the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee and the other in Mount Shasta, California. The locations do have slightly different nitrate and barium levels, so be sure to check the report. The water is naturally filtered and comes with a pretty solid natural mineral profile. As mentioned, this water is one of my favorite plastic water bottle options. I do try to avoid plastic bottles at all times, but this is my go-to if I can't avoid it. They could also use some more extensive analysis and testing for PFAS.
Yeah, had to drop that in there. The water I use.
The nigger was too stunned to speak.
I got a couple for you. Did you know on the plantations they would force children as young as 6 years old to perform orgies in front of them before shortly joining in? Did you know they would host Super Bowl-like events to watch a black man and or woman be tortured alive? And they would be out there cheering it on like it's fourth quarter OT. And by all means, they would have little Johnny and Emily down there trading our body parts like baseball cards. Did you know sagging really didn't start in prison? Sagging actually started on these gay plantations, letting the grown-ass white man know which little black boys were available and which ones weren't. Now spell sagging backwards. You got us again. Did you know in the transatlantic slave trade that they would take the most attractive black woman and or little girl, shackle her to a bed, and let's just say only had enough time to sleep 3 full nights? And she clearly didn't survive past 1 year due to the immense amount of sex or the diseases they brought into our lands. Black men, did you know while you were being mutilated, burned alive, tied around trees, they would cut your Johnny off and give it to a white girl as a souvenir? And they wonder why they got jungle fever.
This meteor broke apart and started floating. This is insane.
Look at that shit, dog! Sabrina, hurry! Come! Holy shit, dog! It's a meteor! It's a meteor, dog! Holy shit, where'd it go?
Meteors don't do this.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that was fucking sick!
Meteors do not do this. Watch this.
Dog, that's aliens. That's aliens. Yep. That's aliens coming to the fucking Tyler.
When do meteors do that, man?
Tyler. Tyler. What the is Tyler? What the is going on? They're going sideways. They're going sideways. They ain't even falling no more. Hey, look at this green dot on my camera, Tyler. Look at the green dot. What the green dot? I see it. Tyler, what the is going on? They're standing there. They're hovering there. Look, they're red. They're red. They're red. They're red. They're red.
This is good evidence for something beyond this earth.
I got that shit on video.
Meteors, bro. Look, that one's flying sideways.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Tyler.
They're like in some kind of formation, maybe?
Holy shit. What is going on right now?
What the?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Those are formations. Maybe they communicating with us. I'm just saying. So again, when people say they're gonna attack, they ain't did the shit yet. So what purpose is them? What's the use of them attacking us? The only thing I can think of them coming in here kicking ass is for the better sake of all the land and everything around us. Cause I can't use the F word, but we messing stuff up, bro. We messing up the atmosphere. We messing up stuff around them that's trickling down to them, I should say. So when they come over here, that's the only reason I could see them coming over here tearing something up. If they got all this advanced technology, they could wipe us out like that if they wanted to. So that's my take on that. But we should be focused on what maybe they're communicating to us. That looked like a formation. And what I was told was they actually communicate to us when they show up like that. They actually communicate as Morse code. So sometimes I heard that. So it's like, what if they were communicating to us? What if they was giving us a dire message, a SOS or something, that something ain't going right on our end, but we so scared, we thinking it's, But then I do want to say, just be cautious also of Project Bluebeam. Just be cautious. Keep your eyes open, because it ain't always what it appears to be. That work both ways. Sometimes it could be bad. It could look bad and it could be good. Sometimes it could look good and it be bad. Just be cautious, man. But I'm just saying, if that was extraterrestrials or aliens, anything of that nature, what if they were speaking to us? And what if they didn't even get the message? Man, that's what I'm saying. Like, it showed up in Morse code. What if they didn't get the message though? Now that message is gone. I mean, it's recorded, it's documented, we can see it. So if anybody even know what Morse code is or how to read Morse code, then let me know if that's what that was. Spam it up in the comments, let me know if that is the case. Because I could be reaching, but...
Google canta enojado.
New York is having an earthquake. I swear to God, New York is having an earthquake right now. I swear to God, New York is having an earthquake right now.
Hey, he ain't feeling it. But we made it to the end of this. I appreciate you if you stuck all the way through. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads, man. Y'all know we coming with them 4 videos a week. This is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, man, it helps us grow, helps the collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I ain't gonna hold you. I love the collective, man. I appreciate y'all. I'll be trying to get back to all y'all in the comments as well as keep these videos going. But I apologize if I be missing some of them. Apologize. I'm gonna start doing better with that. But until I see y'all in the next one, man, y'all know what it is. We gone.
I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know it.